General Hospital spoilers weekly update January 13 to 17. Michael's awake, Kai's injured. General Hospital spoilers for the week of January 20 to 24, 2025. Tease a big regret and a major threat after a tense week between the Corinthos and Quartermain families. After Willow, Caitlin McMullen, enacted her right as Michael's Chad Duell proxy to try and get her kids back, Nina, Cynthia Watrose, pulled Sonny, Morris Bernard, aside to try and make a compromise while Carly, Laura Wright, realized it was all Drew, Cameron Matheson, behind Willow's plan. Sonny eventually decided the kids needed their mother, and he and Carly needed to tend to Michael, who, at the same time, was about to suffer a heart attack until Isaiah, Sawandi Wilson, took a chance and injected his IV with a medication that counteracts digitalis and wound up stabilizing him. Meanwhile, Trina, Tabiana Ali, joined Stella, Vernie Watson, for some yoga and found out that she's become friends with Kai, Jens Austen Astrup, at their yoga class. Later, Stella paid Tracy, Jane Elliott, a visit where she confided in her about grieving baby Irene, and Tracy revealed she's worried about Monica, the late Leslie Charlson, who passed away this month. Lucky, Jonathan Jackson, tried getting information on Cyrus, Jeff Kober, from one of his fellow volunteers until Jocelyn, Eden McCoy, showed up asking questions. The two swapped information about the town's #1 enemy, and Lucky took his new intel to Elizabeth, Rebecca Herbst, and Lucas Van Hansies, who all determined that Cyrus had to be behind the digitalis deaths. Meanwhile, Joss went to the PCPD and asked Anna, Finola Hughes, to arrest Cyrus for Dex's, ex-Evan Hofer, stabbing. Lulu, Alexa Havens, asked Tracy for help finding her daughter until they were interrupted by Martin, Michael E. Knight, who informed her of Willow's new agreement about the kids, and she refused to let them go with Willow. When Sasha, Sophia Matson, found out, she immediately went to the gatehouse and had it out with Willow over the past mistakes, while Nina tore into Drew over his. Back from Prague, Dante, Dominic Zampronia, arrived at GH to comfort his father, while Jason suggested to Carly that Michael go to the clinic that treated Ava's, Maura West, burns until Felicia, Christina Wagner, showed up and broke the news that they'd been barred from Michael's room. Lucky and Elizabeth decided to have dinner at the Port Charles Grill in order to scope out Cyrus until he was brought into the PCPD on Anna's orders. She merely questioned him about the night of Dex's stabbing, and when she let him go, Joss went off about him needing to be arrested for what he did. When Sonny failed at convincing Tracy to give Willow the kids, Jason's attempt took a turn when Tracy told him it would break Monica's heart. So Jason told Sonny he couldn't do that to his mother. Sonny stormed out and had another AFib episode before leaving. Carly asked Brennan, Charles Masher, for help getting Michael in to see the doctors who worked with Ava, whose clinic was now in Germany. When Drew met with Alexis, Nancy Lee Gran, about his daughter, she suggested she live with her and Drew shot her down. At the Brown Dog, everyone gathered to watch the PCU game. Cody decided to bet his entire $50,000 from Drew on the big game. Trina and Joe, Giovanni Mazza, also watched when Emma, Braden Bruner, came in and flirted with him while Trina cheered on Kai. When Kai got injured, Trina became worried. Meanwhile, PCU lost the game, which meant Cody lost all of his money. Trina admitted to Ava that she was worried about Kai. Stella visited Kai in the hospital with his dislocated shoulder. Then he got a visit from Trina. Curtis, Donald Turner, and Alexis, Nancy Lee Gran, ran into each other at an RR meeting, and Alexis confided in him about Drew's mistakes. In the stables, Dante vented to Cody about Lulu's behavior when suddenly Selena, Lydia Look, who returned to GH, showed up to see Cody. Carly arrived at the Q mansion and had it out with Tracy. Chase, Josh Swickard, got checked out at GH, and then it was Brooke Lynn's, Amanda Seton, turn, who was assured that her past pregnancy shouldn't hinder a future one. After Willow shot down Nina's suggestion to allow Michael's parents access, she confided in Chase about her life decisions. And he convinced her to talk to Carly. When Cody and Drew ran into each other at the Port Charles Grill, Jordan, Tanisha Harper, intervened before anything could escalate, then tore into Drew for what he did to Curtis, Donald Turner. Meanwhile, Chase was tearing into Tracy over not letting Willow have her kids, while Brooklyn ran into Lulu applying for a job at Deception. Maxie, Kirsten Storms, arrived and broke it to Lulu, saying that the job would be as Brooklyn's assistant, while Brooklyn went home to run interference between her husband and Tracy. Later, Martin and Drew teamed up and arrived at the mansion with a court order for the kids, and when Tracy resisted, Drew had her arrested. Sidwell, Carlo Rota, showed up at Ava's gallery and was interested in buying some art. Afterward, Rick Hurst, decided to take Ava's check, still waiting for payment for his work. At GH, Willow assured Carly and Sonny they could be involved in Michael's care. When Portia, Brooke Kerr, came over with news about a hospital Michael could go to, Carly revealed that Brennan already got him a spot at the hospital in Germany. While Willow and Carly clashed, Sonny decided it should be Michael's decision. They woke him up, and Carly told him he had a decision to make while he moaned in pain.